Hey guys, Brian Colorado Camper Man here. I am going to be doing a video on dispersed camping in national forest land. We're going to be doing some boondocking and some dispersed camping areas on some national forest here, just up near Poncha Springs in Colorado. So that is the Great Sangre de Cristo mountain range. This is kind of the back side of it. We're looking east. But anyways, yeah, this is the road that we're going to go on. I'll show you the signs that kind of show what national forest land is and where you can go. So here's just a 360 of where we're going. And it's gorgeous up here. And we're on the Poncha Loop, which is again just outside of Poncha Springs. There's a ton of national forest land up here, and lots of roads and whatnot to go off of. So your national forest land is going to be designated with these brown and white signs. So this is just right off of a highway, which sometimes they are, and usually they have numbers too. So this is 5325. But anyways, then you can see here, if you look, it says Forest Service, Department of Agriculture. Anything labeled like that, yeah, you can camp on here. You can also camp on BLM land, which stands for Bureau of Land Management. But again, there's just another one of the signs there. In this video clip, I ended up having the camera outside the window, which is not a good idea, so you can't hear anything that I'm talking about. So I'm just going to sum up what I'm talking about in the video. One thing that's really important to keep in mind when you're going dispersed camping is the conditions of the roads. Really, all the national forest roads are going to be dirt roads. The road that I'm driving on here is really a really easy road. We have camped at this area before, so we pretty much know what the conditions are going to be like. And that's really important because when you have a big camper like we do, you know, you want to make sure that you're not going up some gnarly four-wheel drive trail with a 30-foot camper, because that's probably not going to work out for you too well. If you do want to do that sort of thing, that's where a smaller truck camper or like a lifted camper would really come in handy. If you have not been to a spot before, I really encourage you guys to scope it out beforehand by taking your vehicle up there without your camper, or go for a run on that road, or a bike ride, or ATV, whatever really tickles your fancy. On my way to this campsite, I went for a run on some national forest road that I hadn't ever driven on before. I found it on Google Earth, and then I just went for a run for about an hour and a half and found some really great spots. And that's usually how I find my spots, is I go onto Google Earth. You can also just Google national forest roads in your state. You can read them on forums and reviews, and you can also even try giving the local forest rangers a call and seeing if they know of any dispersed camping spots. And then you can also check on the road conditions if they know how they are. So a few things to make sure you always have when you're going dispersed camping is a chainsaw or bow saw, a hatchet or axe, a shovel, a tow rope, and then a winch if you have one. That way, if a tree limb is in the road, or it's something's really rutted out, or you get stuck, you have a way of getting out. So here's again, generally some more signs, usually at forks in the roads. There are labels, these again brown signs with numbers. Sometimes they'll have A's, B's after them. Now this is why I love dispersed camping. Wake up, have a cup of coffee, have some breakfast. No neighbors are super close at all. Our closest neighbors maybe a quarter mile away. And you get to wake up to gorgeous views like this. That's hard to beat. Sometimes on national forest you get to see some real nice wildlife too. Well, they have these cattle guards here for a reason, I guess. So here's another national forest road that you can camp off of. I'm actually hiking up. We're gonna go run up Mount Shavano, which is that big peak kind of in the middle there. It's like a 14,000 some hundred feet mountain. But anyways, yeah, you can camp anywhere off this forest road. You can camp up off the Mount Shavano trail. National forest, you can camp anywhere. I'm just running the top of Mount Shavano, and this is all national forest as well. And you can camp anywhere off the trail here. It's really gorgeous up here. Got a nice stream. I'm just taking a quick break, just soaking in the sweet views here. Getting close to tree line, probably at like 11:3. These clouds are not looking good though. And if there's one thing you don't want to have happen, it's get stuck above tree line in a thunderstorm. Lots of people die each year from lightning, and there's a lot of deaths above tree line because you're so exposed. So I might have to turn around if I start hearing thunder. Starting to rain and thunder heading out. There's Shavano. But yeah, it's time to go. It's starting to rumble. And I'm showing you guys this video because you can do dispersed camping anywhere on national forest. Now, I wouldn't recommend going above tree line, but you can go anywhere on up. But I'm getting out of here because lightning's super dangerous, and I still got probably 1,500, 2,000 feet to go before I hit tree line. Got back down just in time. It's starting to rain and hail a little bit. But yeah, and there's some dispersed camping over here too. Can't really see it. I'll drive around and you can check it out. But again, this is all national forest. You can camp pretty much anywhere, but really try to stick to the designated camp areas or where people have already camped before, and you'll be good. So here's a sign for dispersed camping. There's a spot right there. So you want to try to stick to designated areas where somebody has already camped, and usually you can obviously tell because there'll be a lot of dirt and then there'll be a fire pit. So here's our spot where we're doing a little bit of dispersed camping, some boondocking. Got the solar panel going, got the little solar lights. Been here for 2 nights, 3 days so far. Spending another night here. There's another spot. You just can't beat this. Dispersed camping, I've some of the best spots I've ever had camping is definitely dispersed camping. And just nobody's out here. Gorgeous views, lots of space. It's nice and quiet. And yeah, I highly recommend it. So when you leave a dispersed camp area, general rule of thumb, the old Boy Scouts rule is clean it up and make it look better than you did before. So thanks for watching this video on dispersed camping in national forest land. Have fun out there, and we'll see you guys later.